Hello and welcome to the U.S. Inland Navigation Rule video for Rule 34. Rule 34 covers the maneuvering and warning signals that the vessels must sound. And this is a very detailed rule, so make sure you get your notepad ready and let's jump right in. Rule 34A Part 1 states that when power-driven vessels are in sight of one another and meeting or crossing at a distance within a half mile of each other, each vessel underway when maneuvering as authorized and required by the rules shall indicate that maneuver by the following signals on her whistle. One short blast to mean I intend to leave you on my port side. Two short blasts to mean I intend to leave you on my starboard side. And three short blasts to mean I am operating in a stern propulsion. Okay, so this is a long one, so let's go ahead and break down each sentence in the diagram to give you a visual of what the rule is stating. The first call out of the rule is that this is for vessels meeting or crossing at a distance of a half mile from each other or less. Then one short blast of the whistle is going to indicate that you intend to leave that vessel on your port side. And two short blasts means that you intend to leave the vessel on your starboard side. And three consecutive short blasts indicate that you're operating in a stern propulsion. Rule 34A Part 2 states that upon hearing the one or two blast signal of the other vessel shall, if in agreement, sound the same whistle signal and take the steps necessary to effect a safe passage. If, however, from any cause the vessel doubts the safety of the proposed maneuver, she shall sound the danger signal prescribed in paragraph D of this rule, and each vessel shall take the appropriate precautionary action until a safe passage agreement is made. So let's go ahead and do the same thing and break down this rule in the same diagram. This part of the rule is going to apply to the second vessel, which is the one receiving the sound signals. If they hear one short blast, which means the other vessel intends to leave them on their port side, and then they agree with that, they will sound one short blast of their whistle to alert the other vessel that they agree. Then if they hear two short blasts of the whistle, which means that the other vessel intends to leave them on their starboard side, and they agree, they will sound two short blasts of the whistle to alert the other vessel that they agree. Then lastly, if the vessel doubts the safety of the proposed maneuver, she shall sound the danger signal, which we're going to cover in Part D of this rule. Rule 34B Part 1 states that a vessel may supplement the whistle signals prescribed in paragraph A of this rule with light signals. The light signals shall have the following significance. One flash to mean I intend to leave you on my port side, two flashes to mean I intend to leave you on my starboard side, and three flashes to mean I am operating in a stern propulsion. Then Part 2 of Rule 34B states that the duration of each flash shall be around 1 second. And the third part of Rule 34B states that the light used for this signal shall, if fitted, be one all-round white light or yellow light, which should be visible at a range of 2 miles, synchronized with the whistle, and shall comply with the provisions of Annex 1 to these rules. Rule 34C Part 1 states that when in sight of one another, a power-driven vessel intending to overtake another power-driven vessel shall indicate her intention by the following signals of her whistle. One short blast to mean I intend to overtake you on your starboard side. Two short blasts to mean I intend to overtake you on your port side. So let's go ahead and dive into this rule in this diagram. The first call out is that this rule applies to vessels which are in an overtaking situation. So this means that one vessel is approaching the other vessel from the stern and wishes to overtake or pass that vessel. In this situation, one short blast of the whistle indicates that you intend to overtake the other vessel on her starboard side. Then two short blasts of the whistle indicates that you intend to overtake the other vessel on her port side. Rule 34C Part 2 states that the power-driven vessel about to be overtaken shall, if in agreement, sound a similar sound signal, and if she is in doubt, she shall sound the danger signal prescribed in paragraph D. So this one is the same as a previous rule. If you agree, then you would sound the same signal and communicate to the other vessel that you agree and it is safe for them to proceed. Rule 34D states that when vessels in sight of one another are approaching each other, and from any cause either vessel fails to understand the intentions or actions of the other, or is in doubt whether sufficient action is being taken by the other vessel to avoid a collision, the vessel in doubt shall immediately indicate such doubt by giving at least 5 short and rapid blasts on the whistle. This signal may be supplemented by a light signal or at least 5 short and rapid flashes. So this is the danger signal that we've been covering in the previous parts of this rule. When there's any doubt or danger, you should sound the danger signal, which is 5 short and rapid blasts of the whistle, and that sound signal sounds like this. Rule 34E states that a vessel nearing a bend or an area of a channel or fairway where other vessels may be obscured by an intervening obstruction shall sound at least 1 prolonged blast. This signal shall be answered with a prolonged blast by any approaching vessel that may be within hearing around the bend or behind their intervening obstruction. So let's take a look at this one in this template. The rule is stating that when you're approaching a bend or an area where vessels may be obstructed, you need to sound 1 prolonged blast. This is going to alert the vessels on the other side of the bend or the obstruction that you're coming, and then that vessel, if they can hear the sound of the horn, will sound 1 prolonged blast back to you, alerting you that they hear you and that they are also on the other side. Rule 34F states that if whistles are fitted on a vessel at a distance apart of more than 100 meters, only 1 whistle shall be used for giving maneuvering and warning signals. Rule 34G states that when a power-driven vessel is leaving a dock or berth, she shall sound 1 prolonged blast. Now this is an easy one. The rule is simply stating that when a vessel is leaving a dock, she needs to sound 1 prolonged blast to alert the other vessels. Rule 34H states that a vessel that reaches agreement with another vessel in a head-on, crossing, or overtaking situation, as for example by using the radio telephone as prescribed by the Vessel Bridge-to-Bridge Radio Telephone Act, is not obliged to sound the sound whistles prescribed by this rule, but may do so. If agreement is not reached, then whistle signals shall be exchanged in a timely manner and shall prevail. So what this is simply stating is that in the U.S. inland waters, if an agreement is reached over the VHF radio, the vessels are not obligated to sound the sound whistle sounds, but may do so if they please to. Then the rule states that if you can't reach an agreement on the radio, then the whistle sounds must be sounded. All right, congratulations on completing the Rule 34 video and for completing all of the videos for the inland rules that have differences from the international rules. If you haven't already seen the series for all the rules for the international rules, I'm going to go ahead and link it at the end of this one so you can watch it and watch all of the rules and really get a full understanding for your final exam of all the COLREGS rules. And then with this series, you're going to know the differences between the international ones and the ones that apply for the U.S. inland waters. I want to thank all of you for watching and supporting the channel. I wish you the best of luck on your final exam and stay safe out there.